Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. What is happening? What is happening, Earl?
I'm
Earl,
celebrating.
Did you have an accident today? Did you?
I'm Earl Fury, man. I'm here
Earl
for
Fury. Okay, I get it.
here for this.
We're back on an exciting Tuesday, huge Tuesday in the multiplexes. You could pre-order your Blue Beetle tickets today, so I hope everybody went out there and pre-ordered.
I got to pay you for that.
Yes, you do. Blue Beetle tickets. I mean, I'm so excited about that movie that I'm.
Zack Snyder's so excited about it.
I know.
He tweeted about it.
Dr. Earl raided the closet at work is what happened, apparently.
That's right.
Yes, Andrew, that's right. It does confirm that he's a Skrull. You're right about that.
So check the chin. I'm covering it with a beard.
So we're gonna. Of course, there was a new MCU trailer this yesterday. Actually, came out yesterday, I believe. So we're gonna watch the Loki trailer. Do we want to do save the best for last, or get it out of? Let's just talk Secret Invasion. Let's talk
get
Secret,
it over with. So I can take
let's talk Secret Invasion. Yeah, let's talk Secret Invasion, and then we'll do Loki afterwards. I think that's probably the way that needs to go.
I have a lot to say about Secret Invasion now, so
that's fine. No, and that's fine. We can do Loki afterwards. It won't be that big a deal because I want Roth actually to be here for the Loki trailer, like a positive thing.
Where's Roth?
He's coming. He's on his way. You know, in Wyoming, it takes a long time to get anywhere.
Yeah, we are on a horse. He's on a horse.
Yeah, he's on a horse. Most likely.
We don't have cars.
I'm on a
boat.
His horses and F-350s. That's all they've got.
Horses and F-350. What is this other stream down here? Okay, I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry. There's so many different things going on. And Garrison, you have control whenever we start talking about that. But you won't have control? You're not logged in? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. He's running. He's
on the move.
He's on the move.
To get my Dramamine.
First of all, Brian, Andrew, thanks for hanging out, guys. Really happy to see you guys here. Always supporting. It's awesome. Andrew,
he's got opinions about Secret Invasion, doesn't
he? Hot take right there. I don't even know how we need to do this. I mean, I'll be completely honest. Like, I only watched this episode one time on like last Wednesday. I mean, I did not do a second viewing like I usually do because
Michael, you don't even remember it, do you? You fell asleep.
I do because it's like burned into my brain what I saw. Just the CGI Emilia Clarke with her big arm and her, I did take notes. I took some important notes about this episode.
Very good. That's good.
All the different characters' powers that she has now. Did anybody else take those notes?
No, I
mentally took all the notes.
Along.
I mean,
so just
let's run.
Anybody fortunate enough not to have seen it. Super Skrull. We end up getting the harvest. This DNA from the Avengers that we've been talking about. Nick Fury just
came out the episode before.
Lets him have it. He just lets Gravik have it.
Yeah,
right.
He puts it into the Skrull machine, and then he
so
thinks he's
see all the
Nick
things,
Fury, but it's really Gaia, and they both get turned into Super Skrulls and have it out. So let's talk about all the.
In the meantime, the president.
Yeah, well, there's so much stupid going on that let's just focus on this part of the stupid, and we'll talk about some of the other stupid.
Well, the thing that I was confused about is the harvest. Oh, whoops! Hang on. He's down here. Okay, because there's so many.
There he is.
There's so many Garrison streams. It was blocking me from seeing where Roth was.
He was waving at the camera like.
I don't know what that means, but it has me worried.
Is Roth down there? I can't see him.
Right. We know it's because you've got an eye patch on.
That finale was awesome.
What?
That was the best finale I've ever seen of any show ever.
I love it.
Better than Sopranos.
Oh my
god!
I'm just kidding.
This guy's had too many brewski beers.
Brewski beers. He's had way too many brewski beers.
We do have our meetings at breweries. They're not that
Skrull versus Super Skrull. I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah.
So the Harvest
powers
was supposed to just be the Avengers, right?
Well, it's just
But
whatever they pull out.
it was
whatever they picked off the
whatever they
battlefield.
wanted it to be.
Well,
So
no, it was specifically everything that's ever been on the planet Earth,
Yes.
except for Rocket Raccoon.
Why?
Well, he's a raccoon.
Why couldn't the Avengers get involved? And did this really feel like this was a Nick Fury focused finale? I mean,
No, it wasn't. It's
not at all.
That's crap. No, but
I don't think you can use the word focus in this finale.
No, you can't.
well, let's just.
I mean, it's focused on
let's
Gaia
get
and
this
her
powers
future.
crap out of the way.
Okay, so let's talk. So Ghost,
Yeah,
Captain
that's
America,
Cap,
Corvus
where was their cap?
Slave,
Where was Cap?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what he does. Nothing.
That was a waste of time. If you not have
Thanos.
shield-
She has
Ebony
Thanos
Maw.
powers.
Ebony Maw.
Okay, well, hang
outright-
on. Ebony
Okay.
Maw. Let's talk about Ebony Maw.
Okay.
Because
Ebony Maw.
Did he
I don't
die?
think these writers know how DNA works. Okay,
No, they don't. They
He's
don't.
got rings.
he had his rings on.
Yes, they're scrolls.
He had his
They're
rings
super scrolls.
and Drax's tattoos.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, that's the stupidest thing. That's the stupidest thing that has happened in an MCU in the MCU.
They were writing it. They're like, wait, if we just give him a gray arm, nobody's going to know whose arm that is.
Then it's stupider than anything that happened on She-Hulk.
No, I agree.
She-Hulk
Yeah,
at
I
least
agree.
understood what it was.
Yeah.
It was purposefully kind of goofy.
it's trying to be
This-
like the comic. Yeah,
It's terrible.
beyond terrible.
But there's more. There's more. Outrider. Outrider
Sure,
was
little dog
yeah.
thing, whatever.
Proxima Midnight was supposed
Didn't
to
do
be in
anything.
there.
Kind of
Really?
sexy.
Why are
Captain
you noticing
Marvel.
half of these?
Captain Marvel was in there.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
why
we saw
call her
Captain
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel? Why not call her? Why not say Carol Danvers? Like sometimes
I
they
know.
use the name, sometimes they
I
use
know.
the thing that we'll notice the most. Like
I
it's
know.
idiotic.
Abomination. Abomination
Yeah, I
was in
saw
there.
Abomination once.
Okay,
when
we-
he
we
was.
saw
once you got the
Mantis.
Hulk. Why do you need Abomination? Why do you need Drax? Why do you
Once
need?
Well, I
you-
think-
I was about to say Drax. Yeah.
It's because they had the CGI asset.
Well,
That's
I
why.
think
Yeah.
Ravik had Abomination, and I think she had Hulk. I think that's what they did.
They used it. They both had the same
okay,
crap.
okay.
I mean, they both had the
So-
same crap.
Yeah, Mantis. We saw Mantis. We saw.
Okay, Mantis. Let's stop for a
Yeah,
second on
we
Mantis.
saw Mantis.
I know they're
Midair.
shapeshifters, but how did she know? Why did she grow antenna? How did she know to say sleep? How do you know that you have all of these powers? Just because that's not how DNA works.
And you have to have the antenna there so we can know.
Because
what
so we'll know. It's stupid.
The clapping. Frost
I
Beast.
clapped.
Hulk and Frost Beast. There's a Frost Beast in there.
I saw a Frost Beast.
I'm excited about
Oh,
this
cool.
one. I'm excited about this one because Earl can do his impersonation. Korg.
Hey guys. Hey. There you go.
No, Korg, not IG-11.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What?
Drax was in there. We knew Drax. Cole
Yeah.
Obsidian was in there.
Sure. Another big guy, another big strong guy. Who cares?
Black Panther was in there. Who's
Sure.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they're-
yeah.
I don't know if those
that's-
powers are in his DNA.
Well, I mean, we can expect
Okay, we
that
saw-
it rewrites his DNA. That's fine.
We saw the flashing of all the names.
Yeah.
I like that the Winter Soldier was just the Winter
Just
Soldier.
the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Not
Specifically,
Bucky Barnes in this.
specifically Thor Odin's son.
Oh yeah,
It
they
didn't
had his
just
full
say-
name.
yeah, they had his last name. Yeah,
They had his
last
full name.
Then
Wait,
Valkyrie.
was there the Winter Soldier there? Was
Yeah,
the-
Winter Soldier.
The Winter
But that's-
Soldier.
His arm
And
is
Captain America, but they had his name Captain America, not
Oh.
Steve Rogers. Like,
Well,
And instead of Groot, they said
Yes.
Flora Colossus
yeah, just
instead
random.
of Groot. Yeah,
That's
it
his
was.
species.
Wait, Winter
And
Soldier.
and the
Isn't
Shatari.
that just
were-
metal?
The
I mean,
Shatari were in there.
He's
too.
got
They
Super
just
Soldier
put,
serum.
they
but-
just named every single thing
And
you've
Gamora.
ever
Gamora was the
seen
last one.
in the
Yeah.
MCU that was not human or changed in some way.
Yeah.
Any superpowered thing, they had all of it.
And
it's
Nate.
Stupid.
Nate wants the cactus adventure.
Yeah, did you do that? Did you do that? Right?
No, I watched it again. I know. I
Oh,
was,
God.
I was debating. Do I watch it again? The
Wait.
episode. in preparation for this, or do I hurl myself crotch first into a cactus? And I did opt to watch it again, and I'm not sure I made the right choice.
I almost watched it again tonight.
I should have. I
could not.
I feel bad about not watching it a second time. I do.
I don't.
I watched it on Sunday, and I do not feel bad.
Watch it. It's crap.
Yeah.
Look, there's a ton wrong besides the. So
that was just one glaring.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where to.
Where to
why give Gravik the harvest in the first place? Even if you know Gaia is there, but you now have to assume that she will also be in just the right spot to get the effects of it, just like he does. You got to play all that out and make sure it works. You know, that's a risk.
What if he had pushed Fury out of the way?
Out of the machine and then done it? What if he had stabbed? Whatever. That's a big risk, and that's a risk that none of this show would happen if anybody made a reasonable decision or choice.
Here's a nitpick, but why would Gaia pretend to be affected by nuclear poisoning when nobody's around?
Yeah,
because of us, for us.
Because for the audience,
trying to trick us.
Because she also didn't want to give away that she was not Fury, and so she could be in the container when she could be in the container when the powers went.
It was terrible because it was like.
I know, but we're talking about like on the approach when she's walking through the parking lot, she's limping and coughing.
Yeah,
right. When no one was around.
That's for us. And then if
Gravik doesn't have any allies anymore.
No, they all left.
Yeah, he killed them all. And
I understand.
I'm just kidding.
There's no value. You're supposed to see Gravik kind of confessing to Fury, right? Like you made this and me this, but there's no gravity to
you
that.
Don't understand.
That's not Fury. That's not Fury.
And so
but
then
it's Fury saying we couldn't find you a home. Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not because Fury's not the one who said it. Gaia said it. It's just crap.
So his big confession's meaningless because
it makes them meaningless because that's not the character. That's not the character. It's somebody else.
He's off
only
still
carries weight because we didn't know that. And then once you know that, there's no. It's stupid.
He's still off at the empty
retroactively
hospital.
Stupid.
Yes.
And now, and on the subject of stupidity, Skrull. So Rhodey, if we are to believe the director of this crap fest,
yes,
Rhodey has been a Skrull since right after Civil War.
Well,
okay?
I'm okay with
take him at his word.
I'm okay with not taking the director at his word because directors and writers of MCU projects have often been wrong about things that are canon.
A lot of things.
But right now, that's what we have to go on. That's what they want us to think. And he's in the
right
gown.
now.
He's in the medical gown, just like he was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a medical gown. That's kind of generic.
We have that's all the information we have to go on is that's what happened. So let's take him at his word for a moment. He went to space.
Yes.
In Endgame, he found an idyllic garden world where only one person lived, Thanos, and they killed him. So now a Skrull knows there is a planet
there. There's an empty planet.
For all of them.
That's right. That's right.
So what? Even if he's wrong, that means he's an idiot. So an idiot made this show.
Yes. Guys, I was trying to defend this show for a while. I was trying to give it the benefit.
I was
of the doubt.
too, Earl. I
really did. Wait for the finale. They're going to bring it all together.
I'm right there with you. I tried.
I can't. The hatred for this show has just this week. It's terrible. I can't.
I mean, and it's coming from all sides. It's the people that would usually be obsessed with MCU stuff are like, this is just bad. Like there hasn't been anybody that actually enjoyed that finale. Maybe they enjoyed aspects of the series, but that finale did nothing for anyone except for make things much more complicated in the MCU because you have a super Skrull who has Thanos's power, Captain Marvel's, like all the powers,
all of them.
Should be able to just like snap her fingers and destroy Kang.
She could one shot anybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of one shot, they should release a one shot where they revealed that all the DNA actually expired after 24 hours.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
They probably will. They'll come up with that. Yeah.
The people, let's go let's make a list of the things that the people writing the show don't understand. DNA right at the top. Okay.
DNA, yeah.
Radiation sickness, I'd put that number 2.
Okay. Yes, I agree with that, because how about all the people at the end that when they got let out, why weren't they affected at all?
They've been there for years.
Yes.
Their skin's burning off. Yeah.
And they're not eating. Like, it's just like they're just there. And they like,
sorry guys.
that's not how you maintain.
It's gone.
That's not how you maintain life.
Geopolitics, how the Secret Service works.
That's not how Secret Service works. That's not how so the president is in a British hospital in like one tiny wing of like
British
The
hospital
last
is a little
episode.
that would be. First of all, he wouldn't stay there.
They would
have
have
brought his ass
flighted
back on Air
Especially because he can't afford to wait 8 months for his surgery.
They would have taken him. They would have taken him to
Lights
Germany
above.
or somewhere. To
They
where
should have
there's-
had him.
US.
Part of the plot should have been the president having an Air Force One moment, but with scrolls on his plane.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
Is
would
Is
have been
this
great.
is this
But
The
show
president's
really
lucky
good.
that didn't happen in Canada. They would have just said, let's just euthanize him.
But
Is
then
this
he
show
turned
supposed to
Then
happen
they turned the
before?
president into. Then they turned the president into a bigot at the end.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm not even there
Yes.
yet. But so he's having a meeting about what to do. Like like the vice president would have been president at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
He wouldn't have been. He's
For the
and
whole
then
time,
he's like,
the
oh, he still
president
has
wouldn't make a
internal
single
injury.
decision.
He's not hooked up to anything. They don't know how medicine works. They don't know how the U.S. government works. They don't know how the global geopolitics work. They don't know how diplomacy works, how foreign relations works, how treaties works, how security works. They don't understand how, let's just nuke this site in Russia. Well, that's not how that works either. The Russians, is it? They say it's not. Well, it probably isn't. You don't start World War III that way.
They
You
definitely
just
had
ask
Russian
the
accents and were
Russians to
speaking
look.
Russian.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
terrible.
I do have one question. Is this supposed to take place before or after Wakanda Forever?
Who cares?
Are you trying to get
Because
some Martin
Ross-
Freeman action?
Ross had
here?
a lot to do.
I don't think the Ross in Wakanda Forever is not Ross. I
Right.
think they'll just say he was
Okay.
grabbed recently.
Okay,
And
so
I
they're
think
saying he was
honestly,
grabbed
the
recently.
I think
Okay.
really the retcon for Rhodey will be he was grabbed after Falcon and Winter Soldier, and
No,
you
that's
never
right.
saw him. You never saw him as a Skrull.
And
Because if-
that
yeah.
that would be better.
If you go to
And he-
Endgame,
I wish
he's
they
got
would have
red
just
blood.
said that right now.
Yeah,
though.
he bleeds. He
bleeds
bleeds in
red blood.
Endgame.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
red. It's not
Yeah.
purple or
Well,
whatever.
but
The
there's
other
a, there's a Skrull in this show that bleeds red. I hate to
I
tell
know,
you.
I saw that.
Well,
I
yeah,
saw
they
that.
were real inconsistent with that.
The
listen, also
other
Fury.
bad thing.
So Fury is old and sad and decrepit, right?
Mhm.
Guess what? He's 5 years younger than they think he is because he blipped out for 5 years. And he came back. So they
Should be
forgot
more
that he's
virile.
not 5 years old he's not as old as everybody else.
Yeah. He should be. Yeah.
So much
Uh,
forgotten.
What were you gonna say, Roth?
The other small bad thing, but when they showed him the compound, it wasn't in color. It was like black and white, and you couldn't see anything there.
Right.
Like, no, look, this is proof.
Here's
And
your
they show
proof.
it for like 4 seconds. You're like, what? How is
You
that
see
proof?
the cooling towers. It's just the cooling. There's no
Yes,
you see
no.
scrolls running around.
There's like a few like storage boxes that you'd put on a shipping container there. Like that proves nothing.
It's just an empty Russian.
And
Whatever,
Olivia
radiation.
Colman is a delight. Okay.
She's
Yes.
trying so
Every
hard.
scene she's in is great.
She's
What
trying
the, who
so
in the
hard.
hell let her walk up to the door with a gun?
Yeah.
With the president's just on the even she wouldn't have been in the building like that, or there would be a lot of British dignitaries and diplomats, and that's a big deal there.
To have the
Yeah.
president there.
The press would be all over the place. All of these people don't know
She's a
what
spy,
the
Reg.
real
She's
world is
speaking.
like at all. No
Like they were
idea.
blipped away for their
It's
entire
like-
life and showed up at whatever age they are.
It is legitimately like it was written by children. And I mean, and I say that about these things when I'm kind of being tongue in cheek about it. This story is literal, with the wealth of knowledge that an 11-year-old would have.
Right.
And it
Like,
was.
let's
it's
give her
hard
all
to-
the powers. That's right.
Yes. That's exactly what happened. They're like, yeah, let's do that. Okay.
It's like that. It's like
That's
that.
cool.
It's like that skit in SNL when Mike Myers is tied to the jungle gym and he's an adult male, but he's playing a child. I mean, it's like that.
No, it's like the original superhero I came up with when I was a kid. You see, I'm a huge fan of the Flash, so I came up with this character Lightning, who runs at super fast speeds. And he looks just like Barry Allen.
So
maybe Andrew's right. Maybe they did have AI do most of these.
Oh, that would explain
Chat
a lot.
GPT.
You know what? If this was written by AI, it would have been better, and that sucks to say, but it would have been formulaic, and it would have been better.
I think that Disney very specifically aired this. Like they must have known, like they knew when the contract was going to run out. They aired this during the strike to make a point. They were like,
they might have.
These people want more money.
That's a good thought.
How about yourself?
What just happened?
He's ready to do the trailer.
No.
Okay.
I just uploaded it and it started playing automatically.
Oh, I thought we were. Okay. I was fine being done with this and just.
I think we do have to talk about the end with the
president.
The Skrulls are the worst people in the world. We're gonna kill every single one.
But hey, listen, that legislation was anything born off-world. It wasn't just for Skrulls.
I know, that's crazy.
Any extraterrestrial, anything, goodbye.
Space Command.
I'm seeing
like all the Asgardians?
Which one do I take off here, Garrison? Which one?
I took it off for you.
Okay.
Oh, you sound much better.
Yes, I do.
Wow, here he comes. He's hot. He's hot now.
I watched last week's.
Okay.
Even without this, you sound much better than David did.
Oh man!
Wow, I can't believe you'd insult his child like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
He's gonna change his screen name on you.
Wait, Jacob, you have a Flora Colossus arm? That's awesome.
Yeah. It's not just Groot. They used Flora Colossus. Like,
they were all supposed to listen. That was just the reason he had the rings is because that was the CGI asset they had. The CGI artist had the rings. And that's I'm sorry, but that's cheap and stupid and lame. They spent $212 million on this series. Yeah. I know they did a lot of reshoots and I guess ate up some of that, but
4 months of reshoots. That's almost an entire
what
show.
We got? Like what? How terrible was it before?
Well, I wonder if it was actually better.
It may have been better.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
No, I think this whole thing is a plot to make writers look stupid.
By the way, none of this show. I'm just going to go ahead and say none of this show ties into anything they've shot next. Nothing. Not the Marvels. Nothing.
No, we will never see Gaia again.
They're planning a show for her and the lady. They're trying to, and they're trying to pair up a couple of other British heroes. But
ain't gonna.
They're having her get a British team together.
Yeah, like an MI13 type thing.
That's not going to happen until. I mean. Is that 5 years away at earliest? I mean, I don't.
Well, yeah, because
what was the point of this show?
I know. Nick
Fury was. I mean, Sam Jackson was probably contractually obligated to do it.
It's a filler episode.
So he came down, and then he left again. And
no growth, no character growth.
We made the Skrull problem worse.
Mm-hmm.
Why Why can't the Skrulls find their own freaking planet? They are a spacefaring race. We're not. How did he think he was going to find them another planet?
Well, I think Carol was really supposed to find them another planet.
Probably supposed to be Carol.
And her character now gets assassinated behind her back because they keep going, man, Carol can't do this and Carol didn't do that. And
they ruined everybody. They destroyed Nick Fury's a garbage character now. Like he's worth nothing. I mean, Captain Marvel, if you think about it now in this context, Captain Marvel started it. He was just a pencil pushing dork with S.H.I.E.L.D. and he got lucky on a couple of things, and now he, and became what he was.
Wait, hey, don't say
never
lucky.
A super sleuth spy. He had he was like the who's the Lord of Whispers guy from Game of Thrones?
Varys,
old guy, yeah. That's all. And I don't think that's what we wanted Nick Fury to be in the comics. Both versions, especially the original version.
Oh, the original version. Yeah, he was
he was a bad dude, right?
Yeah,
and this is a garbage character who's been banging an alien this whole time.
Sending scrolls out to do his work.
Yeah.
Having
And
scroll-
then,
that's
I'm going
character
to find you a home,
assassination.
man. We'll let you know.
Yeah,
That's
having
character
scrolls kill
assassination.
people. Humans at that point. Like,
The whole show, I think it did more damage to the MCU than She-Hulk did because She-Hulk is forgettable.
That's
She-Hulk
right.
had,
It's just a fluff.
it had Hulk in it, and
She-Hulk had boxes that it checked for Disney. This show didn't really do that.
I don't know. I don't understand the purpose it serves.
I don't even know that this did damage. I don't. Who cares? No one's
Well,
being
I think
like
Nick Fury is a character that we liked. He's ruined. I think Maria Hill is a character that people like. She's fridged. Just the state. Like, if we're supposed to believe that this is the state of the MCU now, we're always going to say from now on, well, why doesn't Gaia just come and end this problem with one punch?
I know that's my biggest hang up with this show.
Well,
is
she's not a hero.
Well, but it's created Gaia, who it has all these powers. That's
all
my
they have to do is say Nate just said She-Hulk gave us Madison, and Madison is a better character than anything in Secret Invasion.
Well, I liked Olivia Colman's character.
She did some dumb things. I mean, she was not particularly well written. It was well delivered. She performed well. She didn't have the greatest part.
Yeah, that makes
Dr. Earl, you beat me to it.
Oh, Madison. Oh, with the spelling. Yeah.
It's not where you think it is.
Yeah, I'm just really bummed. Like, for me, and not necessarily like I care about Nick Fury and he not as technically going to ruin the MCU, but just from the outside, like not even talking about in universe. The show was so poorly done, it does not give me faith that they can deliver anything better than this. I mean, I'm worried about the Marvels. I'm worried about Loki season 2 because of this show.
Hell?
Yep.
I am, because I'm worried they can't deliver anything better than this. What are you talking about, Mikey?
I'm just
I think that's where I get it. This has me disillusioned about all of the MCU, about what Disney is capable of, what Marvel is capable of.
You've been teetering on the edge for a while, though. I mean, that's not.
Well, this pushed me over the edge. I mean, I have.
I mean, but didn't She-Hulk kind of push you over the? I mean, you know.
Well, I recognize that was a different take. I mean, that was never prestige TV. This was intended to be.
They intended She-Hulk to be prestige.
No. That was jokey time.
That was jokey time.
I am losing interest in the MCU. Like,
let's see. It felt like they were trying to backpedal about Fury being good. Also, the xenophonic president. It started to feel like a state of the world when this was written.
Yeah, there wasn't an after credit. Was there an after credit scene with this?
No,
I wanted there to be. I was like, please, there's got to be be than this.
Like wake up in the shower like Bobby Ewing and make it all go
Garrison,
away.
I may not be like saying that right or like articulating that well, but it does just make me worried that Disney doesn't care anymore.
Checked out.
I'm not worried about Loki,
maybe the like theatrical stuff.
Loki's writing team is almost the same as season 1's, and I'm okay with that.
But the oversight. What I'm saying is there's no quality control at Disney.
Well,
if you get anything good out of Loki 2, you can consider it an accident at this point.
Okay, Kevin Feige. No, I consider it the writer's success from season 1 carrying over to season 2.
Right, and that's fair. That's fair.
No, I mean, Kevin Feige stretched himself too thin. I've been saying this for 2-3 years now.
He did.
Ever since we started phase 4, he's got his 4 producers. He's got 4 producers under him who oversee all the projects now.
Garrison has hope.
They oversee the projects. Nate Moore, all those guys. First off, I think you just dump those guys. They're doing a terrible job. Their quality control is terrible. You should reduce the output.
Yep.
Maybe even sell off some of these shows, like Batgirl them. Sorry, that may not be popular to say, but some of these shows that just aren't turning out well.
Like Echo, just Batgirl that crap.
Just like
why do you even do? Why do you release it?
Take your loss.
I don't know. I think there are worse shows than Echo that are going to come out, but
Oh,
Maybe.
Garrison knows.
Well,
He knows
what?
something.
Say what you're talking about. Like, what's coming out that's going to be worse than Echo? Because let's scratch it right off the list right now because I don't want to see it.
Okay, you're definitely not going to watch Ironheart.
No.
but-
Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
no, yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, of
I
course
always-
we're going to cover it, guys. But
I'm not sure all of that same crap's going to get made at this point.
Ironheart's already shot.
Is
it's
it all
already
in the
done.
can already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
they've
they
got
might have
4 months
some-
of reshoots.
They
gotta
might have
do.
some visual effects that they need to complete still, but I mean, it's mostly done, I think.
Well, they're going to dump it like they dump Echo, and it's going to be like
Is he
these
going
are
to have
going
the
to be
same
blips.
actress?
These are going to be
Yeah, it's the same
meaningless
actress.
blips.
Riri Williams.
Riri
It's,
Yeah,
Hmm.
the girl who's
It's the
Wait.
same
What a
actor.
big name to carry a show.
Same actress, same character. Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. No,
Well,
no, Andrew. That's
I'm
what
going to
you
give
gotta
it. I'm going to give it the BO the D. Give it the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I think
Well,
we're
haven't you
just
been?
we're at the
How'd that
point
work out?
we're at the point with Marvel Studios where you pick and choose, and I'm totally okay with that.
Look,
The
yeah.
problem is if Kevin wants to get back to a big event, if he wants to get back to that feeling again, he's got to reduce the output, and he's got to be over. He's got to.
Well,
be overseeing
Iger's
it
already
personally.
said like
Iger's gonna
everything's
cut it.
getting reduced. He's already
And
said
I think
that.
that's
They
true.
got
I think
to.
we just
They've
won't
got
see
to.
the effects of that for a couple of years, and that's going to hurt people's
Right.
perception because they're going to go,
because we're
man,
still
they're
going to have a lot
sticking
of
to this thing.
content. Yeah, a lot of content. Well, the way they're releasing Echo leads me to believe that
They
I
know
mean,
it sucks. They know it
or
sucks.
they want to release something quickly before the end of the year. Maybe I don't know.
Well,
why
they want to
releasing
get
it
you to
way.
that. They want to get you straight to having that episode with what's his name, Charlie Cox,
Derek-
available immediately.
Yeah,
Because
that makes
it's very
sense.
minor.
Oh, is he an Echo?
Very
Just
minor,
probably a
yeah.
blip. He's probably
Yeah.
just like, well, you can't
got
use that in the
blipped.
MCU. But no, sorry, you can't use that when you're talking about an MCU show. But he's gonna be in it for like half a second. I mean, he's not gonna be in
Yeah.
the show that. I mean, he's off
I think Wilson
banging
Fisk is in it,
She-Hulk
too.
somewhere.
That hurt. to
Look,
hear.
guys, Ahsoka's going to save Disney. Let's just go ahead and say
No, it won't.
Dude, it does look good.
I think
That-
Ahsoka's going to be good, but I think it's.
gonna be good.
I don't know that
it.
anybody
It
will
won't save
notice.
Disney though.
I don't think anybody will notice. I think it is a little bit too late for some of this. I think it's going to take a lot of work to, because it like Ahsoka might be good, but Andor, according to a lot of people, was good. That didn't do much for
It was great.
Disney's
it
value.
didn't improve the brand any.
No,
It didn't
you're
get
right.
any viewers.
I know,
Yeah,
right. And I
nobody
don't.
watched it. That's the problem. I mean, I don't think anybody's watching any of these shows. That's
Look,
well,
the Star
that's
Wars
the
audience-
problem
the
with
Star
Secret
Wars
Invasion.
audience is grosser than the MCU audience. Like
Yes,
it is. It's
general.
the round blue hairs on Twitter that
I-
Star Wars is being made for now. And that's the truth.
I will say this:
Not
Loki,
Ahsoka. Not
Loki season 2 trailer set a record in most
Yes.
watches in 24-hour period.
It's a
Well,
beloved
that just
character.
keeps happening. Is there what percentage of those are actual human beings?
I've never
and what
seen
percentage is not?
that for the TV shows. I've never seen someone report that for the TV
I mean,
shows.
it happens on some.
but
Some
the
video
movies-
is every few days. Some video is the most watched since.
Well,
whatever.
the movies that'll happen with, and the movies that usually happens with, are things like No Way Home or things that usually are successes. Not
Right.
always the case. There are things like Detective Pikachu, which were just moderate hits that had massive YouTube views, partially because people are just so Pokemon obsessed, but they don't actually want to go to the theater and support it, I guess. But yeah,
Well,
we'll
Loki
see.
has-
I think Loki
Loki
could
will
have
have-
actual viewership and actual support and actually be good. But
Well,
They've-
look, okay,
they've
we're
got 4
talking Loki
million
now.
They've got 4 million subscribers fewer to work with this time around than they did last, right?
They're
I have
probably
no
even
idea.
less than that.
Maybe.
Now they
I
haven't
don't-
released
I
their
don't follow
numbers
their
lately.
subscriber
I mean,
counts.
that was
I know
earlier
they lost
this
4
year.
million.
well,
in a
yeah,
quarter.
they lost 4 million because like 3 point something of that came from India from the stupid
Yeah,
cricket
that
deal
was
for
that's
billions of
old
dollars
news.
that they made.
That's old.
Where Indians paid like, this is not
Yeah.
at you, Rat. I'm just mad at Disney. Where,
Yeah.
where Indians paid like under $1 to get a
Right.
subscription.
Well, a
and
lot
it
of
was-
people over here got it through Verizon. They got a subscription through
For a
Verizon.
while,
and they
yeah.
got
Yeah,
they
it's-
upgraded their phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I don't like subscriber numbers, because it doesn't tell you anything. I want to know what the profit they're making. I want to know
They're not.
Nothing.
what do
They're
they
not.
spend. Trust me. I Mikey knows my rants about streaming.
Yeah, yeah, they're not. It's got the bubble has to burst, and Iger knows that bubble is going to burst, and that's why he's trying to slough off any asset that he can at this point.
Well, he doesn't have a single. I mean, are any of the business units in the black right now, or are they all?
Maybe
losing?
Parks still
No,
is.
Parks isn't.
Parks is down.
It would be the only one that has a chance to be. I mean,
Parks are down, but I think it's still making money.
Oh, I thought it's still,
they charge out the butt for those parks.
But I think it still lost like $300 million. It was that or the cruise lost $300 million.
Cruise, I could see losing. I think
Cruise they'll sell those off.
Well, yeah. I mean,
maybe, but
I think Iger's last. It'll be funny. The guy that expanded Disney so much, his last ditch effort to destroy will be destroy everything, like sell it all to Apple and just leave. It's just like
I mean, they're definitely going to unload all the network stuff, the TV stuff, the ABC and ESPN,
which is dumb because there's still advertising dollars in those. I mean, I don't understand. It's stuff without advertising.
Operating costs are enormous. I mean, they have to pay billions and billions and billions for all this college football stuff to get an NFL to get people to watch.
Yeah,
and I mean, we can get into if you really want to get in. There's some really interesting things happening in college football. First off, Disney has that huge, massive contract with the SEC. Where they're going to be taking over the SEC CBS game. Basically, that's going to be their game from now on. In like the future, it's a few years away, but they're paying a lot of money to get that game. And
was it just today the Pac-12 signed with Apple?
Probably, or they're trying to. But the reason why they're trying to sign with Apple, Pac-12, because Pac-12 is dying because SEC and Big Ten have secured contracts that will put them like at a $50 million
per school.
Per school above any other conference right now. And again, it's like a few years from now.
Even Vandy, come on.
So like Oregon. Schools that are not linked to the Big Ten or SEC right now, Oregon, FSU, Clemson, all those big major schools are like, we got to get the heck out and either join the SEC or Big Ten because we can't fall behind. Even Florida State, I mean, they're facing. I'm a fan. They're facing having to pay $300 million to the ACC to get out, and they're looking at doing it because at the end of the day, they're going to still make more money by doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, San Diego State was in that with the Mountain West, which is way smaller than the ACC.
Yeah. That's
anyway.
Crazy.
And then once they move to those big conferences will then renegotiate those TV contracts and get even more money per school.
Oh, more? Okay. Yeah, I could see that. And I think ultimately, I don't know that the NCAA sticks around a lot longer in the next couple decades or so. The conferences almost feel like they could split off on their own at some point when they get so massive.
Yes, Andrew.
I could talk about college football for hours.
For sure.
That was my passion growing up. But
Deucecast Sports.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were here to talk about Secret Invasion.
Let's talk about. No, we're done.
We're done.
It's an unredeemable show, and that's what's
here.
Sad.
We go. Let's see the redemption.
Let's.
Obi, hello. We have a little bit of a situation we wanted to run by you.
Yes.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Tobias, wow.
I haven't seen this yet.
Great to see you again.
That's what's been happening.
All right, pause it.
Time slipping.
Wait.
So they've got great chemistry.
By the way,
Ki Kwan is in
the effects
show,
look pretty good for a Marvel show. And they look very horror.
And look at Brian's comment. This is accurate. The color palette's awesome.
Color palette's great. They're doing the whole TVA
thing. Wilson and Hiddleston have a very great chemistry together. That will carry the show a lot farther than some of these other things we've been seeing.
It almost feels like a doctor and a companion type chemistry.
I see where you went there.
Little sexual tension.
That's not what I meant, but I get it.
All right, go ahead.
You know that?
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
Can you fix that?
No.
It's
impossible to time slip in the TVA.
I know, but we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
It's a sharper grip already.
It is.
I've been pulled through time between the past and the
This
present.
looks like it's made by the Daniels.
If what I saw is
Made
true,
by who?
there's nothing to stand between this world and utter destruction.
Only one way to find out.
Little good old-fashioned leg work. Listen, we have different styles. You're a man of action, which is fine. I take a more slow, deliberate, cerebral approach. It's really goodbye. It's up to us to save this place.
Is this cracked?
Yes, Dave.
Whatever we do, we're playing God.
We are gods. But how do you choose who lives and who dies? Make the hard choice. It's him.
You better run!
Oh, wow. It's on its way. Come on, you're the god of mischief. Always have been. Always will be. A little over the top, don't you think? I thought it was spot on.
Is that a jet ski?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, finally.
I mean,
So,
that's
Rhett,
great.
What didn't you like about the first season, Rhett?
No, I didn't like the end, all that multiverse stuff. I had a feeling then that it wasn't going to go well. Like I thought it was going to muddy things up. It was this permanence of death is a thing that we never had it in the comics, right? But it's important on a live narrative that you need stakes, and you kind of need to end stories sometimes, because you're not running this thing for 50 years. You're running it for 10, 15. I mean, this is longer narrative than we've ever seen before, right? In a movie.
True.
So they're already stretching those limits. So I worried that it wasn't going to work particularly well. I didn't hate Loki season 1. But it felt to me like it was opening some things up that I didn't care for in the MCU. I'm that MCU originalist, right? Where it's Tony Stark and Steve Rogers and there's some
you want the original
to it, and we really started to lose that with the TV, I thought, and so that's why I don't hate it. I really like parts of it. But the multiverse,
like you said, they've got good chemistry. Like
And
I think this looks really good to me. I
a
don't know.
little exposition heavy there at the end, but the multiverse in and of itself, I think, damages the narrative in ways that it and I feel like I've been validated by that a little bit. Doctor Strange's mom was crap.
No, it wasn't crap.
It was not crap. It was better than what we've gotten in the TV show.
Yeah.
And
Brian, I feel you.
Crap. Yeah, exactly. Same feeling. Yeah.
It's
Multiverse of Madness was not.
Yes.
Multiverse of Madness was not crap. It was just kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, no, it wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. It wasn't good at all. It wasn't good.
I thought it was very good. I didn't think it was great.
I didn't think. No. Yeah, I thought it was very good, but not great. Yeah.
Oh,
I love the Sam Raimi isms of it. I loved all the cool camera movements and the horror stuff
here and there. Like you think of it in context, in a narrative context, and it wasn't good.
Let me say this about this, Rhett, because I don't think that after the big time thing started going off at the end of season 1. I don't think the movies did a good job of continuing on the story of the multiverse very well.
Yeah, overall. We complained about that at the time. I don't think they knew. I don't think they knew what was happening, really.
Right.
And then they had this whole multiverse meeting about a year ago. They had like a summer retreat where Kevin took all the people out and was like, "This is the rules of the multiverse." So they wrote a bunch of multiverse stuff before they established the rules of the multiverse.
That's too late in the process.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
and they're like, I got to put some multiverse into my movie. Sam Raimi's like, what? And they had that thing where they skipped through all the times, but that was it. I mean, there wasn't that much really.
Yeah, it was Waldron specifically said he wanted to just focus on 2 different Earths because he felt like you could make people feel about other people in one other Earth instead of a bunch of other Earths where you're just passing through them really quickly and you don't really care about all those other people that get killed there.
But I still feel like this Loki though has that feeling of the first one. I mean, there's still the palpable
set design's good,
and it's directed by those indie directors who directed Something in the Dirt or whatever. Mikey.
Oh, the same guys, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
they didn't direct season 1, but they did some of Moon Knight. Yeah, I can't remember the name.
So yeah, I mean,
Vincent and Moorhead. That's
Ted. I disagree
Vincent
with
and Moorhead. Aesthetically, they have interesting takes on things. Like, so the set design.
They're not
was
writing
cool.
the show, so
yeah, I know they're not writing the show. So they have a good vision, I think, when they're directing.
Yes.
When they're writing, they can get a little crazy, but when they're directing, at least visually, it looks cool.
They did a movie called Synchronic or whatever with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, with Anthony. Yeah.
And
again,
that's right.
that was really
I didn't
visually
watch that.
stunning. They can do a lot with not much money, and so the budgets can stay low. So and I think Ted put in here that it looked big. I agree. Like, it feels bigger, even though it feels like we're jumping around different places. I mean, it just looks better.
Yeah, I didn't get any kind of sense of scale from that trailer. They didn't get into the story of it, and I mean the scale was bigger in the first. I think the first season trailer, you got some wide shots of the TVA and all this, and I didn't get that scale here. I mean, and then going back to the old kind of circus looking time, whatever that
we saw.
To me,
at the
that's
end
a
of Ant-Man.
lower, that's a
World
smaller
Fair,
scale type operation. So I mean, it may prove to be very big and epic and all this, but I didn't get that from the trailer, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be. I mean, in fact, frankly, the MCU could stand to step a little bit back from the high stakes everything all the time, where every couple of months we're trying to destroy the Earth.
Yeah.
Well, but if Kang's involved, it does need to feel pretty important.
Well, I think you're going to feel the importance of Kang being there, but I don't know that it's going to be world ending necessarily.
Right. Yeah. I think this is a lot of preliminary stuff to the Kang bits, and
a lot of building.
They would be well served by keeping this a little bit more of an intimate story. And season 1 had a lot of that. Where it was a much more intimate story with
him and Sylvie,
Loki, and then you didn't get the scale of it until the end when you kind of got the explanation from He Who Shall Not Be whatever.
He Who Remained.
He Who Remains. Yeah. I got him confused with Voldemort there for a second. So I'm not down on the Loki series. I'm down on the MCU generally. So I am now lowered my expectations so much going into each one of these things because I don't think the quality is there anymore, and
they've got to restore your faith
there for a phase and some now, right? And starting at Black Widow, which I thought was a little bit of a stinker.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Like they can't kill all the Lokis, or can they?
Well, what are the stakes in an infinite multiverse? There aren't any.
Yeah.
The characters you care about.
Well, they're trying to capture all the time streams, right?
Care about like that and like collapsing everything is
not just collapsing.
But they're not going to,
what is it called? Oh Lord.
Where they retire the
incursions.
Incursion, correct. Yeah. Yes. Incursions will be the thing.
Are they going to be chasing Kang? Is Kang apparently there's another bad guy in this thing too that I just don't know.
Oh, they haven't showed it. Well, they showed a guy in the trailer that was like doing a Nixon thing. Behind I think he's a character that
there's another character. Maybe Mephisto.
Oh, Mephisto's back. Yes. Finally we get Mephisto. I did not recognize that actor though. But it was a really quick scene. I did not recognize that actor's face though. So I don't know who that guy could have been.
I hope they brought back that lady to score this season too, because I thought she did an excellent job with season 1.
I thought she was good. Yeah, she did good on the score. Yeah, I thought she was really good actually.
Natalie Holt.
Yes.
Much better in Loki than she was
in Kenobi.
Ted's calling it. Short Round's the bad guy.
Kenobi's rough.
No.
Yeah.
I do
Short
like
round
Key
won't
in
be
this
the bad
trailer.
guy.
I think he's
I think
he was
really
great.
funny. Yeah,
Just in that quick little scene, his timing, his delivery, he's
Perfect.
good. I mean, it's good. He's just a good actor.
That gives me hope, because I do, even in the scenes with, I mean, Owen Wilson's great anyway, but the dialogue is crisp and it moves. You know, he has a cadence to him, and Hiddleston does too, and they complement one another really well in their scenes together. So, I mean, I am looking forward to that dynamic. I think that's good stuff.
See, I think too, you might get more like female viewership because they like Hiddleston. They'll come out for that. They'll say, "Oh, let me go join my husband or my significant other and watch this."
Women don't like convoluted narratives.
Yeah,
they're simple.
Well, we could just cut it here. Cut the feed. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm playing. I'm kidding. I do that.
He's just messing around, everyone. And Ke Quan, we trust. He's going to save this show. He's going to restore the multiverse. The
show doesn't need saving. Loki's good.
I don't think the show needs to be saved.
Yeah, the show doesn't need saving. Now, the MCU itself might need saving, but a lot of that is going to depend on the Marvels in the theater and how hard that tanks. I mean, because it ain't going to.
Do we still think that's not going to get pushed like everything else?
I don't know.
It depends. I mean, Fran Drescher today said that they're saying another 6 months for this thing.
Yeah, but they need
revenue because
they would like some revenue coming in.
Yes, I think they will keep it if Dune Part 2 actually, if Dune 2 gets pushed, I think they keep it because they want the big format.
Oh, they want the IMAX.
That's interesting because one of the trades though published a thing saying that they were very close to coming back to the table. Both sides.
Wow.
And very close to having a deal. With the writers were, I think, was the big news. But
the writers,
they're getting hungry.
Yeah, the writers are getting hungry. Yeah, exactly.
we're gonna compromise.
And then I mean, look, I was on the writer's side until I watched Secret Invasion, and now I want them all to live in a.
Now you just want Chat GPT to write everything.
Yeah. When the AI titles are the best thing about your show, holy smokes.
So Garrison, here's my question: if a movie has already been written completely and in the can, why are they pushing some of these movies?
They can't promote
well, here's why. They're pushing it because of the strike, and the simple fact is
with the actors.
The simple fact is they want to space out content during the strike so that they have kind of a. They can last until the strike is over and they're actually filming stuff and being able to put out stuff again. Yeah.
Also, they want AMC to go completely.
They don't get the same level of promotion. The actors can't promote it. Some of that, and I think that'll have an effect. But I also think they like to have revenue coming in, and that's why they can't just stop everything and push it to some other day.
I think not having
like COVID, where you can delay it because nobody can go to the theater. They can go.
This hurts the theaters quite a bit.
You know who I think is going to hurt the most? The actors were able to do press junkets for a while, but they couldn't go on talk shows. But now movies are doing like really well without people going on talk shows and talking about them.
Yeah, I don't. Who watches talk show? I mean, that's such a small viewership. I don't think anybody's like, oh gosh, I saw Seth Rogen
on cable. They put up some pretty high numbers.
Now I'm going to go see the new Seth Rogen movie. Who does that?
There's a belief that people do that.
Well, I mean, how many people have gone to see Mac and Me then because of Paul Rudd? It should be the highest grossing movie of all time by this point.
Yeah, I mean, the problem right now is everybody is on such a high because of this Barbenheimer thing, but there ain't much coming out after Barbenheimer. I mean, August is pretty grim.
Well, August is always a lull month, though. I mean, that's never.
And if they decide to continue to push everything to next year,
I don't think Dune's getting pushed.
I hope it doesn't.
I don't think it is. I think they'll stick to that date.
They're certainly waiting longer than other studios to make announcements.
And if everything else gets pushed, if I'm Dune, I'd stay.
Yeah,
right.
Giant theatrical run.
Why move?
Maybe that's what Warner
Impossible money and not make its budget.
And Marvels may have the same concept, right?
Wait, what'd you say, Earl?
Oh, I don't know. What did Rhett say? Sorry.
How Dune's going
to make Mission Impossible money and not make its budget back.
First off, the first Dune was shot for 165. I don't know what the budget for this one is, but it can't be it's not going to be Mission Impossible level budget.
Okay.
And I think it will make its budget back.
I think it'll be okay.
I think
especially
if
it ends
I think
up
the first one built hype.
Was that is that a good standard? That I'm like, yeah, it'll squeak by. It'll break even.
Nothing is going to do Barbie numbers.
When Blade Runner tanked so hard for Denis Villeneuve, I think it is a much better standard for him.
Well,
but I think it can make real money.
Turn a profit if you get collectively $600 million worth of budget and can't turn a profit on your last 3 movies. I don't know. I mean, is that great news?
I do have faith in Dune 2.
I think it's going to make real money.
No, I'll like it, but I don't think Gen Pop cares.
No, I think they actually.
I think they do. I really do think there was like I think movement. Dune 1 was hurt by the HBO Max thing.
Yes.
I think it was hurt by people still being scared of COVID.
Yeah.
And I think that the movie has found a footing, and it has real online buzz about it and about the ability for Denis Villeneuve to make movies. And like it's only grown since the release of Dune 1, I think. It could just be the circles I see on Now X, which is the stupidest thing in the world, but
bad take, Nate.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Blade Runner 2049 is one of the best sci-fi films of the last
ever.
Yeah. Nate. And it rivals the original film, which is insane to say, but it does.
I think it's better.
I think it's better too.
The original, I think, is a fine movie.
The pacing of the original,
it's a noir. Yeah,
not great. It's a great movie, but I mean, it's just yeah.
I don't know if Dune 2 could surpass Barbie.
It still is technically my number one. I
think Dune 2 could make Oppenheimer money.
Yeah, well,
no,
I don't know.
Okay,
we'll see.
Well,
Oppenheimer's top end right now is potentially 900, which is crazy.
I should say Oppenheimer, like it could have a release. It could have release numbers like Oppenheimer did,
and it's going to be in an IMAX theater. It has IMAX exclusivity for 5 to 6 weeks, I think they said, and those tickets are really expensive, which is better for the box office too, especially
they have
because
gone up quite a bit.
It was shot in 1:4:3. And if I go see it at the world's tallest IMAX, I can watch it in full frame. They had the trailer playing. It took up the entire screen, which is awesome.
The worm,
The
worm's going to look awesome in that.
Yes. And it was a different trailer. It wasn't the trailer you see online, which was really cool.
Yeah. You know what? This is an interesting comment, but I think Brian's right here. This movie's like getting buzz.
It's getting a lot of buzz right now.
I think it'll do into the Spider-Verse numbers.
Yeah,
where people will go, this is a good thing. 97% not a lot of people are going to see.
Tomatoes.
Yeah,
it's really high on Rotten Tomatoes. Though.
Yeah, it's crazy. Into the Spider-Verse did okay at the box office. I think TMNT will do the same.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then the sequel will pick up if
I'm going to go see it. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to go see that. I'm probably going to do Meg and Turtles on the same day, probably. Meg 2 and Turtles.
I can't come up with almost 400 million US.
What has?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, it made almost 400 million worldwide, which was
that global.
Yeah. And Sony considered that okay.
No, right.
Turtles could do 400.
I think it'll do about 400.
Yeah, I think it'll do all right.
Really?
Well, the only problem with is the Barbenheimer thing is still big.
A smaller brand.
Yeah, I don't see that buzz. I mean, things that you're talking about internet buzz. I mean, Snakes on a Plane had internet buzz. So I don't know how you gauge internet buzz.
Yeah,
and how that translates into anything.
It's very. I promise. I follow the same circles. It's very film Twitter centric in terms of like it's a bunch of reviewers who went and saw the film and are like, this thing's great. And Gen Pop doesn't follow these people.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that doesn't necessarily translate into anything.
But it's a pretty big brand.
I wonder what was that Wes Anderson turd on Rotten Tomatoes, Earl?
Asteroid City.
Yeah, I don't know. What was it?
It was like in the 70s, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, that maybe that
74%.
Yeah.
Maybe Turtles ain't for me. So
right. Look, Nate has a good point here. The YouTube crowd.
No, I think that was a joke, wasn't it?
No, he's in it. He's in it. His voice, yeah. I mean, he's a character in Teenage Mutant
someone
Ninja
was
Turtles.
joking that he played Shredder, but he doesn't. So.
Oh, I don't know if he plays Shredder, but he is in it. Yeah.
I mean, my kids know who Mr. Beast is, and they have no interest in seeing the Turtle movie because Mr. Beast plays a voice in it. So I mean, does that what butts does that get in a seat? I don't.
Oh, Mr. Beast isn't putting butts in seats.
No, I don't think so.
I just saw like
Turtles is not my brand. I mean, that's not a thing that I care about. I'm not going to see it because
a lot of people
my interest level is at 0%. So maybe I'm biased against it just because I don't.
It's going to be big. I mean,
it's going to be huge.
The best Turtles movie so far is Turtles Forever, and I will stick.
This one's. They're saying.
I don't think I've ever seen any Turtles content. I had the toys, but that was about it.
You didn't watch the '90s trilogy? Oh man,
I bought the last Ronin book or whatever on Amazon, but I haven't read it yet. I just got it because everybody was so keyed up about it when it was like $9 or something, you know. And I don't if the wind blows $9 out of my hand, I don't reach to chase it, you know.
Man, I would be sprinting after it.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, Nate, that's right. Yeah, Mr. Beast will give away 1 million tickets to go.
Yeah, so you know what is that? I saw he's trying to
do like Sound of Freedom.
He's trying to cut bait with a association with some restaurant with Mr. Beast Burger.
Right.
Yeah. So what it is
because the food is so terrible, it's hurting his brand.
So it's basically one of these things where I can't remember what their ghost kitchen. Yeah, where they have a bunch of these things set up, and it's all a bunch of different brands, but it's the same kitchen cooking it, and so the food's all crap. Half the stuff that comes out of that stuff is terrible.
Yeah. Anytime you eat at a ghost kitchen, it's never.
We don't
it never
have anything like that in Brunswick, but it sounds awful.
No, I don't.
There's one. Yeah, there was one here in Birmingham for a while where you could get like bao buns out of a ghost kitchen, and they were not good. Because all they do is reheat them. I mean, it's just like already prepared food, and it's I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's trying to get out of that deal because the food sucks so bad it's damaging his brand. He said,
right? Yeah.
This is TMNT 2, Secrets of the Ooze.
Yeah, Secret of the Ooze. Yeah,
is that the one with Vanilla Ice?
That's the Vanilla Ice one. Yeah, he's in that.
Wait, how many of these movies have?
Well, there's. This is like the 7th Turtle movie, I think 6th or 7th Turtle movie.
The 2 live-action ones, and then
3 live
animated one.
No. There's 3 live action. Yeah, there's a Ronin one.
They kept going
where they go
to
feudal Japan. Yeah.
There's
3.
What about? Is that the Michael Bay one?
No, there's the 3 original Turtle movies.
3?
Then there was the TV movie Turtles Forever, the best crossover in history. It's the '90s Turtles and the 2000s Turtles together.
All right.
And then the comic book Turtles show up at the end, which is actually really good.
That was on TV. We're talking theatrical releases. Then there was the John Woo animated Turtles movie.
What?
John Woo. Yeah, John Woo did.
John Woo?
Yes. Somebody look this up. There was John Woo.
I'm quickly realizing I know nothing about Ninja Turtles.
I don't know. There seems like there's a lot of them, but
there was an animated John Woo.
There's more than I remember.
Movie. And then there was 2 live. Was there 2?
No, John Woo did not happen.
No.
What? Who was the animated one?
Okay,
Kevin Monroe directed it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret Ooze, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, 90, 91, 93.
Yeah, that's the first.
And then the next one, according to Wikipedia, 2014.
No, it should be 07.
07.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Animated. Yep, they're not in order. 07,
which is Kevin
TMNT.
Monroe.
Yep, Kevin Monroe.
That's just TMT. Yeah, TMNT.
And then
John Woo did one of these.
He was supposed to do the animated one.
But he was supposed to do the animated.
Which one had Stephen Amell as Casey Jones? Is
that was one of the Michael Bay 2014 or 2016?
Yeah,
is that Out of the Shadows?
Yeah, 2 live action ones, Out of the Shadow. Well, wasn't there 2 of those? The 2 most recent?
Yeah, it was 2.
Yeah, and now this is like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is like the 7th one of these bad boys. I mean, it's a franchise, man. I mean, they've made enough money to keep the franchise going. I'm telling you.
Wow, Alan Rickson was in it. Rickson, the guy who's
there's a bunch of kids that want to go see this movie. I mean,
you know what? Yeah. So the first live action TMNT movie made almost 500 million. I'm going to stick to my 400 million prediction
worldwide.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I mean, at least in
because it's gonna build up hype for a sequel. That's what it'll do.
Right. I mean, yeah, exactly. So yes, it's animated, and that animation, this style of animation is hot right now. Because it's the same style as...
I've seen some animators who are getting really mad about people saying it's the same. It's not exactly the same style.
I know it's not exactly the same, but
it's a similar cartoon type.
It's derivative of Into the Spider-Verse.
It's a cartoon that also tries to look stop motion at the same time. That's what basically they're doing, apparently. 3D cartoons
with frame rate. They do it with frame rate.
Yes, and that's exactly what Spider-Verse did.
Well, they did. They would animate different characters at different frame rates, right?
Yeah. Even Puss in Boots did a little bit of that when it came out.
In fact, Miles was at a much
fantastic.
Yeah,
Miles was at a much slower frame rate when he was just learning to use his powers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this was the original Casey Jones in the live action. Elias Koteas.
Yeah. What was he?
Special Victim Unit.
No, but
he was in a Malik movie.
He was also in one of these like a Return to Two Moon Junction kind of turd back in the day too.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Let's see here.
Yes, he was.
What was that?
So, I mean, so is nobody else going to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I will at some point.
Mutant Mayhem.
Because we need to have something to talk about on Tuesday.
Yes. No, I will have seen it by Tuesday for sure. I will get there.
Where are we going, Michael? What's the day? What
do you want to go?
I don't know.
I'll see it.
Maybe. I don't.
That's right. He was in 1994 Exotica. Anybody remember that turd of a movie? It's got Bruce Greenwood in it.
Yeah, I do remember.
Oh yeah, man. What was the girl in it?
Mia Kirshner.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
yeah. I mean, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It's a TV film. Yes, Mikey.
A TV, technically a TV, because that was based off of a series that they were running on there.
Yeah, pretty sure it was. Yeah.
Look, I mean, really,
if it wasn't, it was a continuation of the TV stuff anyway. So
they've had a lot of
Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie.
Yeah, but it's a TV movie.
They've had a lot of content. I mean, they've never, since the 90s, they've never stopped having content. Really, there's always been maybe a few years that they don't, but they've always been around. So, all right, so we're pretty much done here. I mean, we are gonna next Tuesday be here for something, because I do not want to take a break waiting for Ahsoka.
I'll see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, whatever.
So at the very least, Red, I'm not going to make you see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At the very least, we'll talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you happen to go see Meg 2, we'll talk about that for a little bit.
I've never seen the original.
We're going to talk about Meg 2. You have to bring on Nate for Meg 2. I mean, good lord.
Oh, does Nate likes the Megs?
He loves the animal attack movies.
Anything animal attacks. It's such an Australian thing. He likes animals attacking.
It's like he thinks they're documentaries.
No, they are documentaries to him. This was his childhood.
They need to have a.
Yeah, I can set out a week or two without if that means I don't have to subject myself to any of these turds. No,
because it's 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks.
A lot of turdness.
Yeah, it's 3, and unfortunately, I mean, Blue Beetle comes out
on my birthday, by the way.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Come on up here, Garrison. We'll buy you a
Blue
steak.
Beetle.
Come on.
Oh wait, Earl, you're offering to buy him a steak, but
buy us crap.
He's a young man with a birthday.
That reminds me of that Norm Macdonald joke on Weekend Update. He's like, Kenny G came out with a new Christmas album this week. Happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap.
I know, Nate or Brian, I had talked about. Well, we already did the State of Star Wars. We did
the State
that
of Disney
episode.
one. I think would be interesting.
But I thought about doing a State of Disney episode.
We State of Disney.
I know it would be.
I thought it was how it can. I thought it was Can Star Wars Be Saved or whatever your thing was, or was it?
We
Disney?
did that already. We did Can Star Wars Be Saved already,
and it couldn't. It couldn't. It was dead.
Okay, Brett.
And we decided it could not be saved. So now we could talk about.
Yeah, it can't be saved. It's over.
Can Disney be saved? Can Disney?
Now it's over too.
All
done. Hollywood can't be saved. None of all this is over. We're post. This is a post Hollywood world.
Yeah, maybe you may be right, dude. Music went away. Now we're done with that.
All right, Garrison, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at
If you don't want him to, it's
not
okay.
that. I can't respond to Rat right now. But
no, you should. You should.
Don't let him bait you, man. It's
G-Ryfin3, GRYFUN3, Instagram as well. You can find my letterbox at G-Ryfin, where I guess the last thing I saw was Barbie, which I didn't give a rating to.
Why
did
you give her?
I'm afraid to rate it with some of my other followers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I have a rating. It's good.
We could do. Nathan's right. We could do.
Cowardly is what that is.
Yeah,
it is.
Let's do RRR next week.
I actually lost followers from liking.
RRR.
I lost followers from liking a Jacob review one time, and I know it for a fact because he said something like vaguely political in it, and all of a sudden, like an hour later, someone was checking their activity. I guess because you can see that on Letterboxd, and they saw I liked his thing. They won't follow me like that.
Me say something political on Letterboxd? No way.
Hey, you've never had a moderator take down one of your reviews.
That's very true.
I had a moderator take down one of my
reviews. And to be honest, mine was way more like political and out there than yours was.
All mine said is, yes, we're at the end of the world now, and this country is lost. That's basically all mine said. Because I think I had reviewed What is a Woman. And they took my review. A moderator took the time to take my review down on Letterboxd. Never put it back up. Never.
Because of that?
Because of I mean, I was basically
all right. So the people have spoken in the chat. They want us to do Bollywood instead of
RRR is.
I'm not watching
RRR.
It's so
watch
good.
RRR.
I don't want to spend 4.5 hours to rewatch it, but it was really good.
It was so good.
When you throw any movie where you throw a tiger at somebody, I like that.
Yes. And the scene when they first are like on the bridge with the flags and the fire.
Yes. I mean, so over the top, but it's like there's this charm to it.
I'm with you, Matt. I'm with you. I kind of want to do that episode.
Fully in.
Okay. That's not next week though.
The state of Disney. We could bring David on and make him squirm a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Jacob, where can people find you on the internet?
Roth from Wyoming, Instagram, X.
Yeah, X.
Letterboxd, where you can see all of my. I do not shy away from my political opinions on Letterboxd,
and you shouldn't.
Can I just say, sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's all I'm going to say
about Barbie.
No. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
You don't.
About social media. Let's just say a social media site. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
No. Why do it? Why?
No. When I woke up, I think it was this Saturday or Sunday morning, and I just saw X instead of Twitter. I was so confused. And
it's been bothering me on my notifications. I'm like, what is this generic thing? I hate
it. I hate it.
Really, it looks way too close to like the Bleacher Report logo. So I'm like, what sports thing is this? And I'm like, it's a Twitter notification. I don't care about those.
Every time I see, I'm like, extreme. You know,
extreme. I believe my last Letterboxd film was Cool Hand Luke, because that is the podcast that we released yesterday, late last night.
Sage
hated
help.
it.
He needs mental help.
There's something wrong with him.
I think maybe I am a little worried about. He's about to move to New York.
He is because he is entering culinary school.
Yeah, he's going to be done. He's lost.
He's not going to do the movie thing anymore.
Luckily, I don't think it's New York City. But yes, Dr. Earl, that is something that
is it like Albany, Buffalo? I mean, what part of?
I don't remember.
Suburb of New York.
Yeah,
Syracuse.
Oh, Syracuse would be nice. I've heard nice things.
That's where my family's partially from.
Yeah, as long as he's not in the city, maybe he'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going to be, actually, to tell you the truth. I'm so bad at knowing things about people in my life. I'm not very good at that.
I understand, Jake.
I'm like, they're doing something. I know they're about to do something, and it's something. Yeah. And I'm here to support them with it. I just don't know what it is.
Hey, Jacob, I did enjoy the Oppenheimer.
Thank you.
I did enjoy that. I listened to that podcast. I haven't done the Cool Hand Luke yet, but
well, that's all right. I didn't get it released until like 10:45 Mountain Time last night.
Except for when Jacob drops out of the episode, and you're like, Tate's like, I don't know how to end this thing.
Yeah, he's just like,
it's over. Social media.
That was pretty funny. Well, I was perturbed by his thoughts on Cool Hand Luke because I recently watched it for the first time as well.
I saw that.
Loved it. absolutely loved that movie, and Sage did not liking it.
He just seems to be tired of watching movies in general.
I think he is.
He's so negative about.
Look, 154 episodes is way more than I thought we were going to get out of him.
That's fair.
Because we did kind of forced him into it. So,
well, you know,
154, pretty good run.
Get him to watch a Malik, and he'll be gone forever.
I don't remember what did you guys decide on for next week. There was some confusion at the end of
the new 310 to Yuma.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good movie.
Jacob, A Hidden Life. It's actually a great film.
It is a good Mal. That's good.
You would like that, Jacob, because it's going to be
I really do want to watch a bunch of the Malik movies.
You would like A Hidden Life though, because it's got a Catholic under theme to it. I think.
I think my next movie pick is actually going to be a documentary. Because I have not seen it yet, and it has to do with the Cheyenne Frontier Day stuff that was happening. Cody Johnson was just amazing, and he's got a documentary called Dear Rodeo on Amazon Prime. So I think that's going to be my next pick.
That's cool. That's cool.
Hey, I found out a girl I know this weekend is a real big fan of Terrence Malick movies, and I always thought she was bright and pretty, and now I'm like, you got to really there are these red flags, right? And that's one clearly that you
give her my number, man. Tell her to call me.
That's funny. Dr. Earl is off the grid, but he can be found every once in a while in the Discord. So
I wonder in occasionally.
Sometimes. He wonders in occasionally.
Mainly on the Piety Pets and Politics channel.
Piety Pets and Politics channel.
Piety Pets.
Politics. Pets and Piety and Politics. Rhett, can anybody? Where do you want to be found this week?
Well, it won't be in the theater watching a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Such an elitist. Such an elitist.
No, I'm in the I hit the Discord every now and then just to.
Are you in the X?
Just to try and feel something?
Do you do a little X, man?
Do some X?
Is that your medical recommendation?
No, that's maybe that's like what it's called to go on there. I'm going to go do X.
Some X, man.
Yeah.
And what is he? What's he calling instead of tweeting? It's called what? Just posting now, or something?
I don't know, but I'm also
I'm
so frustrated that he's taken away our bottom bar.
Oh,
that you have to swipe up to get
not
it.
Only has he taken away the bottom bar, it doesn't work half the time. On my iPad, I can't even get it to work half the time.
I was all for Elon taking over, but I'm not anymore. He's
because he's reinvented the wheel.
He's just a chaos agent.
All he needed to do was run it the way it was, and then slightly better. I mean,
I wanted Twitter to go away, right? I thought it was the root of a lot of what's wrong with the planet, and I thought, well, it should be destroyed. And this hasn't done anything to change my opinion of it. I'm okay when when the wheels fall off.
Yeah, you usually like chaotic things like this.
I want it to end and be gone, and I want it to take TikTok with it next.
TikTok's way worse than Twitter.
Yeah, TikTok's way worse.
It's just a psyop is all TikTok is.
Yeah.
At
this point, I mean, Nate, I had hope, but then when he did this X thing, I mean, I'm just like, what is this guy doing? He's just chaos. He's that's all he wants to do is just create chaos.
He burned a good one and then started saying crazy things in a board meeting, and this is what we got.
It's so stupid that they put the X on top of their San Francisco building. Now they've had to take it down because of complaints. I'm like, what is so stupid?
When I saw they took it down, I was like, oh, thank God, we're going back to Twitter. But
no, it's just because people were complaining.
Because California is a bunch of communists.
And that's going to be true. All right. Well, we will be back next Tuesday, most likely to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I mean, it's a very highbrow movie, so we're most likely going to talk about that. Maybe some Meg 2 sprinkled in if anybody goes to see that. Maybe that new Casey Affleck movie, Oppenheimer. Maybe we'll talk about that.
I haven't given my Oppenheimer or Barbie thoughts.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
save that for next week.
I didn't give my Barbie thoughts either.
Yeah.
Well, you said you didn't want to. We gave you the opportunity.
No, you didn't. That was not during the episode.
It's too late.
I got the outro, Mikey.
Okay, we will.
Hey, we should do we're having a Deucecord dinner next week that everybody should go to.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to come in town.
What day is
Fly
that?
in from wherever. It's on Thursday. Fly in from wherever. Yeah.
I got work.
No, cancel it.
That. You don't need that.
Quit that job.
Yeah.
I'm about to get promoted.
Earl will support you. He's got plenty of extra money. He got plenty.
I need interns and lackeys.
No, Nate's right. Nate's take is correct here.
No, that's probably.
You think that was a female-led movie? I'm sorry. I think that was a male-led.
No, wait.
I'm excited to figure out why the movie was based from Knowles.
Oh, he was just trolling Ben on that tweet, I'm sure. You think he actually liked it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do.
All right.
That's pretty good.
All right, we got to get out of here, guys. Well, look, if we maybe we'll talk about Barbie. Yeah, mash the bell. We lost a follower. I don't. With the chaos of this show, I don't know how we lost a follower.
Unsubscribe. We want more unsubscription.
Me.
It was you. It was you. Yeah. What? We were at 100. Now we're at 99. I don't know what's happening.
We want to go lower.
Let's go back down. Let's go back down to the bottom. All right. Have a good week, everyone. We'll be back next week.